one bubble wand, dipped and ready to go. Scientist, you in some lessons?
All right, so here we've got an absolute doozy of a slam from our man Henry, who comes to a lot of our day camps. And this was his first toe-side wake-to-wake 180 attempt. Unfortunately, comes up a little bit short and catches the front edge super hard. But he had all the prerequisites. He could jump toe-side wake-to-wake, and he could do a toe-side frontside 180 pretty flawlessly. So it was definitely time to send him across the wake on this wake-to-wake attempt. I believe he was riding like 50 feet on this one, and unfortunately comes up a little bit short and takes a nasty front edge. So anytime we have a rider that takes a hard fall by casing the wake, we always go to look at the cut to see what you could do to get more momentum to clear that distance. So, and the first thing I'm seeing on this approach is that his back knee is kind of bowed in a little bit. So you'll see that knee sticking out. That means he probably doesn't have enough angle. So right now his nose of his board is kind of pointed more towards the boat. So if he straightens that back knee up a little bit, it'll get more angle of his board pointed towards the wave and allow him to lean against the line a little bit more, creating more tension and help him gain more speed, which ultimately results in more distance on the jump. So that's what we would work on the approach. But then as we get to the trick, off the top of the wave, the first thing I see is that his knees really come up. So on a toe side, front side 180, if the knees kind of suck up at the beginning of the trick, it kind of eliminates the body from being able to turn front side because the hips and shoulders aren't able to really move very freely. So it kind of locked him up on the start of the rotation. But the biggest thing, the biggest culprit of this hard crash was that he took his back hand off the handle. Well, on the toe side, front side 180, if you take your back hand off, once you rotate a 180, that becomes the front hand, and then he's fully exposed right here with that front hand off the handle. And because he cased the wake, it caused his board to bounce, which made him catch his front edge. So if he would have had that left hand on the handle and the right hand off the handle, he would have been fine. Or if he would have had two hands on the handle the whole time, he also would have been fine. Because right here with this toe side edge catches, it is game over for our man Henry. So taking it back to the next attempt we would have him do, we'd basically just be trying to keep two hands on the handle all the way through the rotation and be ready to land with his knees bent on that switch heel side edge. Another thing, could obviously work on just some switch heel side jumps to get that switch heel side landing a little more comfortable for him, and then he'll probably be able to ride away from this toe side wake to wake 180 every time.
Business is booming.